I'm going to be doing a video for Arioso today, and I am going to, the parts are so very similar. I'm going to do the bass part and the regular cello part together. Now, you'll notice there is a solo cello part included, and that's separate. I'll talk about that separately, but I want everyone to be able to do the regular cello part, okay? Now, the one difference is there are marks for switching between pizzicato and arco. Okay, so basically the basses are pizzicato and the cellos are marked arco. For right now, I'm going to play it arco. Okay. So the first thing I do when I look at a piece, and I've said this before, both in class and in videos, is I look at the key signature. All right, the key signature is: are there any sharps, flats, or naturals at the beginning of the line? In this case, there is a sharp, and if you remember from what we've done in the past, the order of sharps. So fat cats go down and eat birds. That means we have F sharps. Okay, but none other unless they're marked in as accidentals. So that means for the bass, we're going to have four fingers on the D string. For the cello, we're going to have 3 fingers on the D string, which is great. That's what we like. Okay. Now for the cello, we're going to have only 2 fingers on the A string. All right. But we will have 3 fingers down on our lower 2 strings. Okay. Those are exceptions, and I'll point them out when we get there. For bass, you're going to have 2 fingers down on your lower 2 strings. So we'll have a G natural 2 fingers on the E string, and we're going to have a C natural 2 fingers on the A string. Okay? So right away at the beginning, all right? Oh, the other thing I forgot to say. So I looked at my time signature, and I'm going to have 4 beats in a measure. That very first note, when you see C through note head, and you have a line attached to it, that is a half note, and that's going to be 2 beats long. If you have a C through note head with a line and a dot next to it, that adds on half of what it used to be worth. So if it used to be worth only 2 beats as a half note, now it's going to be worth 2 plus half of 2, or 2 plus 1, or 3 beats long. So I'm going to hold it 1, 2, 3, and then I'll move on to the next one. Not 1, 2, 3. That's 3 shorter ones, 3 individuals. And so what we need is one note that's held out for 3 beats. Okay, so right at the beginning, it says slowly, so this is not going to be difficult. Here we go. Ready? Beginning. 1, 2, 3, separate note. There's your F sharp. 1, 2, 3. So it's going right down the scale. 1, 2, F sharp. 1, 2, 3. Now we got to measure 7. All right, and the note is C sharp for both cello and bass. So bass, you're just going to play 4 fingers, and that's great. It's marked in. For cello, we have to do an extension. We're going to take our first finger, it's going to be normal. Our second finger and our thumb will stretch to where our 3 normally is, and then we'll plop down our 3 and 4 together, and it should pass the tape. So I'm going to start at measure 7 with a C sharp. Ready? And 1, 2, 3. D, 2, back to that sharp note. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Now F sharp again. 2, 3. Stop. Okay. Now we're at 14. 14 is a repeat, so we don't have to worry about that. All right, so if you can get the beginning until 14, then 14 is repeat. All right, I would like to look now at measure 24, and you've got a little more, 24 is the same. Well, actually, let's start at 24 because it changes a little bit. Okay, 27 is where it becomes new. Here we go. 1, 2, 24, ready, and 2, 3. Now we're going to go to 27, but that note before is a C natural. So cellos, yay, no extension. No, you can't.
Oh, you're on
Zoom
already.
I'm videoing. That's Mr. Knight. Okay, so you don't have a stretchy 4. Okay, you got just a plain old regular 4, and then at basses you play 2 fingers. Okay, so I'm going to play 26. Ready, and here's your C natural. 1, 2, 3. 1. Here's an F natural, so second finger. Okay, now this next one is going to be a G sharp. So cellos, in order to play a G, generally you just play your open G string, right? But if you sat down on something sharp, it's going to make you jump up higher. So if you have a sharp in front of a note, you're going to make it sound higher. So instead of an open, you're going to play backwards here. Now basses, yours is completely different. Yours is going to be the G sharp down here. So 4 fingers on the E string. Okay, here we go. Actually, the next note that follows it is an E. So cellos, if you count up on your C string, you have C, D, E. So it's going to be 3 fingers on your low string. Basses, it's an open. Okay, right on that G sharp in measure 29. Ready, and open for the basses. That's 1 finger on the G string, or open for the basses. 2, 3. F natural, second finger or low. Open for the basses. 2, 3. F sharp, back to F sharp. Back to F natural, 2, 2, 3. C natural, 39. That's a 1 for the basses. 2, 3, F sharp. And that's 43, and then we're gonna basically have the same thing till the end. Okay, there are a couple low notes in the cello part, right at the very, very end. So our last 2 measures that we have at the very, very end, you're gonna play B, which is 3 fingers on your G string, and then C, which is 4 fingers on your G string, open D string, and then we play the lowest note. That's a D, but it's a lower note, so we count up on our C string, our lowest string. C, D is 1 finger, and then end on an open. All right. Okay, this one shouldn't stress you out too much. We'll be playing it in orchestra along with Allegretto when I see you next. Okay.